The Underground Railroad was a clandestine network of routes, safe houses, and individuals dedicated to helping enslaved people in the United States escape to free states in Canada during the 19th century. This system was neither underground nor a railroad, but a series of coordinated efforts that provided refuge and assistance to those seeking freedom. The network's success was due to the bravery and determination of countless individuals, both black and white, who risked their lives to aid escaping slaves. This video explores the intricacies of the Underground Railroad and highlights some of the key figures involved in this monumental effort. The Underground Railroad consisted of a complex and secretive network designed to assist escaping slaves. It spanned across several states, from the southern slave-holding states to the northern free states in Canada. The term railroad referred to the various routes taken by escaping slaves, and underground signified the secretive nature of the operations. The routes were often circuitous, avoiding major cities and well-traveled roads to minimize the risk of capture. These routes could include natural landmarks like rivers and mountains, as well as human-made structures such as barns, churches, and homes that serve as safe houses or stations. Safe houses were run by station masters who provided shelter, food, and guidance to the fugitive slaves. The journey on the Underground Railroad was fraught with danger. Enslaved people had to travel at night to avoid detection, relying on the North Star and other natural signs to guide them. The distances covered varied, but it was not uncommon for individuals to travel hundreds of miles on foot. Communication within the Underground Railroad was highly secretive. Codes and signals were used to convey messages and instructions. For example, quilts with specific patterns might be hung out to dry, indicating a safe house, or songs with hidden meanings like "Follow the Drinking Gourd" provided guidance on the route to take. The use of such covert communication methods was essential to evade the ever-present threat of slave catchers and informers. The success of the Underground Railroad was due in large part to the efforts of numerous key figures, including both famous and lesser-known individuals. These people came from diverse backgrounds and included both black and white abolitionists who shared a common goal: the eradication of slavery. Perhaps the most famous conductor on the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman, was born into slavery in Maryland in the early 1820s. After escaping in 1849, Tubman returned to the South at least 19 times, helping more than 300 enslaved people to freedom. Her knowledge of the terrain and her ability to avoid capture earned her the nickname Moses. Tubman's bravery and leadership were instrumental in the success of the Underground Railroad, and she remains one of the most iconic figures in American history. William Still, often referred to as the father of the Underground Railroad, was a free black man living in Philadelphia. As an abolitionist and conductor, Still helped hundreds of enslaved people escape. He meticulously documented the stories of those he assisted, preserving invaluable records of their experiences. His book, The Underground Railroad, published in 1872, provides a detailed account of the network and the individuals involved. A white Quaker from North Carolina, Levi Coffin was a prominent figure in the Underground Railroad. Known as the president of the Underground Railroad, Coffin and his wife Catherine provided shelter and aid to thousands of escaping slaves at their home in Indiana. Coffin's unwavering commitment to the cause and his extensive network of contacts made him a vital part of the movement. Sojourner Truth, born into slavery in New York, became a powerful advocate for abolition and women's rights after gaining her freedom. She worked tirelessly to assist escaping slaves and was involved in the Underground Railroad. Her speeches and writings inspired many to join the abolitionist cause and support the fight against slavery. Frederick Douglass, an escaped slave who became a prominent abolitionist and orator, played a significant role in the Underground Railroad. His home in Rochester, New York, served as a key stop on the network, providing refuge to many fugitive slaves. Douglass used his influence to raise awareness about the horrors of slavery and the importance of the Underground Railroad. John Brown, a white abolitionist, believed in using militant action to overthrow the institution of slavery. While his methods were controversial, Brown's commitment to the cause was unwavering. He assisted in the Underground Railroad by providing arms and support to escaping slaves. His raid on Harper's Ferry in 1859 although unsuccessful, galvanized the abolitionist movement and highlighted the growing tensions between the North and South. The Underground Railroad had a profound impact on the lives of countless enslaved people and the broader abolitionist movement. By providing a pathway to freedom, it undermined the institution of slavery and challenged the moral and legal foundations of the system. For the enslaved individuals who escaped via the Underground Railroad, the journey was often perilous and filled with uncertainty. However, the promise of freedom and a chance at a new life drove many to undertake the risk. Those who reached safety in the North or Canada found varying degrees of acceptance and opportunity. Some went on to become prominent figures in their own right, advocating for the abolition of slavery and civil rights. The Underground Railroad also played a crucial role in galvanizing the abolitionist movement. The stories of those who escaped and the bravery of the conductors inspired many to join the cause and work towards the end of slavery. The network demonstrated the power of collective action and the importance of solidarity in the fight for justice. The success of the Underground Railroad led to significant legal and political consequences. The Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which mandated the return of escaped slaves to their owners, was a direct response to the growing number of successful escapes. This law intensified the conflict between the North and South, contributing to the rising tensions that eventually culminated in the Civil War.